Coming up on Valley News Live at 10, today marks the last time the child tax credit will hit your bank account unless Congress takes action. We'll tell you why Governor Burgum is at the U.S. border with Mexico. Plus, a live look at conditions at Hector Airport as travelers are feeling the effects of some wild weather. Valley News Live at 10 starts right now.
This is Valley News Live at 10.
Good evening, everyone. Moorhead and West Fargo schools are starting late tomorrow, and we've had several dozen other closings and cancellations rolling in. You can head over to our Valley News Live website and app for that list. Behind me, here's the live look at Dakota Magic Casino in Hankinson, where you can see the snow is coming down. Let's toss it straight over to Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson for an update on what's happening. Hutch?
Stacy, thanks so much. It's been a dynamic day, and we have had a lot of weather to talk about, and we have some changes to inform you about what's been going on here over the last couple of hours. Take a look at that Dakota Magic Casino camera. Snow is horizontal as the wind really is just starting to intensify across the area. Let's get to that radar because here is where we have a lot of activity. There's the center of our low pressure system working its way right over the Twin Cities now. Showers and thunderstorms pushing up toward Duluth, and on the cooler side of the system, bands of snow. I want you to notice that little narrow band of pink there. That is mixed precipitation. Here's what you need to know. From Fargo, there's no real snow falling, but we've had that drizzle and mist taking place, and it's freezing. It's freezing on your windshields, the sidewalks, the roads, and the wet roads are freezing over, as we talked about. This heaviest band of snow is going to stay out of Fargo the way things look, because this whole thing now, instead of going northeast like it was expected to do throughout the day, moved northeast, and now it's moving off to the east. So that's going to take these heavier bands of snow here, move them up into that general vicinity of Bemidji, but many in Grand Forks, Thief River Falls, not going to see much until this secondary band works its way in. So heaviest snow, Hankinson, you saw that extends out towards, look at this, Traverse, Wilkin counties seeing heavy snow, western Otter Tail and Grant counties seeing that band of heavy snow into Detroit Lakes right now. And it's being followed up in the James River Valley by this next band that will be coming through tonight with winds that will get mighty gusty. Damage reported in southern Minnesota. If this was indeed a tornado, well, that would be the first one ever in the month of December in the state of Minnesota. Your hour-by-hour forecast has an adjustment to the expected snowfall totals. We'll get all of that and have that forecast in detail here in a few moments.
All right, looking forward to that. Thanks, Hutch. If you're traveling tomorrow, make sure to check your flight status with your airline. The weather is impacting flights in and out of Hector International Airport. Valley News Team's Alex Larson joins us live with a look from the airport. Alex?
Thank you, Stacy. I haven't seen any snow yet, but the roads are very icy and that wind is blowing hard. As Hutch said, this isn't the only place that's been experiencing wild weather. Flyers here have been impacted a lot.
We're worried because the airport was full of people today and they can't get home.
Sandra Hassel is one of many struggling with the travel nightmare. She's trying to get home to Denver. But with 95-mile-per-hour winds reported in northern Colorado, United Airlines has delayed or canceled flights out of Fargo.
We were supposed to get on at 11:30. Our flight was delayed until 2, and then at 3, and then at 3:30, and then at 4, and then at 4:30. And they said the plane was here and grounded, and we could get on the plane. And we were all standing in line, and they said the plane is grounded, but it's not going anywhere.
In Hassel's case, she says everyone was lined up to board. But the plane crew was too tired from flying all day, so the flight was finally canceled. Several other travelers told me they found out their flights were canceled Wednesday after being delayed several times and waiting more than 9 hours. Hassel tells us the inside of the airport has been a nightmare.
Christmas is next week, and they're waiting to get on new flights, and who knows when we can really get out of here.
Hassel says she's been trying to get out of Fargo and back home to Denver since Friday. Again, a reminder to check your flight status with your airline before coming back to the airport. Stacy?
Thanks so much, Alex. And make sure you have the Valley News Live Storm Team weather app handy. Just search VNL Weather in your app store and you can download it for free. Xcel Energy has extra employees on hand working to get the lights back on if you lose power tonight. They're already reporting that 9,000 Minnesotans are without power. If you experience an outage, contact Xcel immediately so they can deploy their crews. You could reach them through their app or by calling or texting them at the information on your screen. New tonight at 10, a Moorhead Elementary School may be closed again tomorrow due to a maintenance issue. The district says Robert Asp Elementary closed at 1:30 today because of a broken water main. After school activities and evening activities were also canceled. Officials say they expect school to be back in session in person tomorrow, but they're warning students and staff to be prepared for an e-learning day if necessary. Nearly 100 students were absent from Davies High School today after their parents called them out. The news comes after Fargo police investigated a threat from a student on Monday. Administrators say they've investigated concerning images and information circulating on social media regarding Monday's threat. Davies principal says the student involved in the incident is not currently in school. Continuing coverage now on shuttered photography business Glosser Images. 3,000 galleries were sent out to families today, but some pictures have been sent to the wrong email addresses. One woman says she's concerned that her baby pictures have been sent to the wrong family. Another took to social media asking if anyone knows the people in the pictures that were sent to her today. The director of Foreground says if you're one of those people, email the contact listed there on the bottom of your screen. Hundreds of people were impacted by the sudden closing of Glosser Images back in October. The amount of drug overdose deaths in the U.S. has broken records. New data from the CDC shows between May 2020 and April 2021, the estimated number of annual overdoses exceeded 100,000 for the first time. And public health officials say Cass County isn't immune. They say the trend was accelerated by the pandemic.
It's in everything nowadays. So methamphetamine, we're seeing a lot of like other drugs that usually wouldn't have it in it.
The CDC reports urgent action is needed to slow the alarming increase in drug overdose deaths involving fentanyl, something Boyer says you can do by learning how to use Narcan and keeping it handy. Governor Burgum is at the Texas-Mexico border today visiting North Dakota National Guard soldiers. 125 members of the Bismarck-based 957th Engineer Company are on a year-long assignment assisting U.S. Customs and Border Protection to secure the border. The governor's office declined to comment further, citing security concerns. Also new tonight here on Valley News Live at 10, State Republican Senate Majority Leader Rich Wardner says he will not be seeking re-election in 2022. Wardner is a Dickinson native and has represented District 37 for more than 30 years, spending the last 10 as Majority Leader. The state's current Minority Leader is also on the way out. She's not eligible to run for re-election due to the redistricting bill that was passed this fall. The last of the child tax credit payments went out today, and it could be the last of that credit forever. About 35 million American families receive the credit. The money will run out in weeks if the Senate doesn't pass the Build Back Better plan. President Biden is working with Democrats to pass the roughly $2 trillion package through reconciliation, but that will only work if all Democrats in the Senate support the bill. In order for families to receive checks in January, the bill must be passed by December 28th. Minnesota families who rely on free and reduced price school lunch programs will soon get extra help to cover food costs when COVID-19 keeps their children home from school. By early next month, the first round of EBT food benefits will go to a number of families whose children attend schools that closed or shifted to remote learning. Future rounds of benefits next year will include families whose children have to stay home because of quarantines. Families will receive $7.10 for each child for each missed day. More than 200,000 Minnesota school children will be eligible for the benefits. Even after receiving federal aid, airlines are still canceling countless flights. The CEOs explain what's going on. Still ahead.
And our friends at Dakota Magic Casino down near Hankinson, wow, providing us with this view. The wind really picking up, gusts over 50 miles per hour right now in the valley. Wherever the snow is, well, it's going to be difficult to impossible to travel. Your hour-by-hour forecast and an update to those snowfall expectations with this little shift in direction of the storm coming up right after this.